Yo, what's going on, man? Today is November the 14th, 2023. It's your boy Chris, and this is the ChrisBeCappinn NBA show. I'm live on Twitter right now. I'm also live on YouTube as always. We got a beautiful, I think, what is it, like 8 or 9 game slate, in tournament slate too, in season tournament slate as well. So I think there's a lot of ways that we can make some money today. I actually got 8 bets that I placed. Feel pretty confident about it. Yesterday, I came on here without one official play that I really loved, like absolutely loved, that felt like it was a tad bit different. I gave out some winners yesterday. I did give out a loser as well, not officially on because I knew the number would move, but we did. And that just kind of leads me back into the recap. I talked a little bit about liking Emmanuel Quickly yesterday. I still think Quickly was in a really great matchup yesterday, but he didn't come through. Shot the ball really poorly, even without RJ Barrett being there. But I did fire off a live play to the YouTube members. It was the Washington Wizards team total for the third quarter to go under 27.5. Just felt like with them scoring so many points in the first half, Toronto would eventually wake up, and it did take for the third quarter. Almost didn't score that. I don't know if people was watching, but they almost got 27 in the third quarter as well. Toronto just turning the ball over, giving some wide open threes to the Washington Wizards. Wizards still found the way to lose the game. Look like they're tanking already. It's kind of crazy what they're doing. Nasty work from the Washington Wizards. But so officially, I was 1-0. Like I said, I didn't give out the Quickly line just because I thought it would move up to 12.5 from the 11.5 that I got. It really didn't matter. As you guys join, I do ask that everyone hit the like button for me. Subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already, and definitely turn those notifications on so you know when I go live. Like I said, we got a big card, so we're gonna jump right into it. We're gonna get right into it, and I'm gonna tell you guys how I'm kind of looking at these games. So real quick before we do that, let me go through the YouTube comments so I don't fall too far behind. What's up to my guy Prolific? He says he hopes that I'm feeling better, the family's feeling better. Everybody doing good now. Everybody actually doing good. My son was under the weather, but everybody doing good now. I'm a lot better. So yeah, it's time to make some cash. Shout out to Trevor Sully, newest member on YouTube. I appreciate you for tapping in and becoming a member. Hopefully we can make a lot of money together, Trevor. That's always the goal. Sebastian Foxy, appreciate you as well for tapping in and joining as a YouTube member. For people who I don't plug it too often. For people who don't know, I do release my plays as I play them over on YouTube. My membership is only $5.99 a month. So if you want access, just shoot me an email. Shoot me a DM on Twitter, or utilize the About Me section on YouTube, and you guys can get access to the link. Shout out to Akbar for being here as well. Trey says he has a college basketball under 149.5, and they have 70 at half. Pray for him. Okay. Oh, it's a live play. Okay. Best of luck. Abacot got a look. We'll jump into all of these. David says, Chris, let's rock, my brother. Hope you're feeling well. I'm on the spaces if you get a chance. Okay. All right, cool. We're gonna tap in for real. Colin says, do you think Embiid plays tonight? Rest for Boston tomorrow? We're gonna get there, Colin. I'm honestly not 100% sure. I feel like Embiid gonna play. It's a tournament game, but could he sit? Absolutely. So we'll see. Let's jump right into it, though. Let's just get right into it. Let's get right into it and jump into the card. We got a big card to break down. So first game up, and I do got banners for them all. We have the Heat. Let's go to the Heat and the Hornets first. So Heat will be on the road in this one. They're 5-point favorites. Of course, this line did move just a tad bit with the news that Brandon Miller is listed as questionable. I think he was listed as probable before. And then Gordon Hayward also got downgraded to questionable as shoot around today as well. So that moved the line a half a point from 4.5 to 5. Terry Rozier also isn't there. For Miami, they're not in the greatest spot. This is the third game in 4 nights for them. They did have yesterday off, but they played both on Saturday and Sunday. And it's the 4th and final game on a road trip. So, and plus, you just don't want to lay too many points with Miami as a favorite, honestly, especially a road favorite. I was looking at something earlier, and I didn't write this down, and I'm not going to spend too much time on it because I don't really enjoy this game too much. But real quick, I just want to share something to show you how untrustworthy the Heat are when they're actually supposed to win games. So last season, when the Heat were a road favorite, they actually finished 11-11. They lost half of the games straight up, like not even against the spread. Against the spread, they were only 9-13. They did get a win against the spread the other day against the Spurs on Sunday. So yeah, I don't really got too many thoughts on this game. I do think that Charlotte's kind of thin, especially if those guys get ruled out. I still do kind of feel like this total could kind of sneak over as well. One of the angles I looked at when I was running some SDQL was road favorites playing in the third game in 4 nights, in which all 3 of those games have actually been on the road, and they're playing against a conference opponent. Those games are 54, 41, and 1 to the over, 55%, and 12, 5, and 1 to the over since 2018. The reason why I couldn't get there, the reason why I think it's in play is because the Heat team totals have typically been low. Like the Charlotte Hornets defense is the worst in the league. They just give it up. They give it up. Mark Williams is a pretty good defender, but outside of him, they really, really struggle on the defensive end. The Heat are a sneaky team as far as being able to score points. Like they can kind of low-key fill it up, and they'll keep getting these low totals, especially with Tyler Hero not being there. Already feel like I took too long in this game. Long story short, if I'm playing the game, I'm playing the over. I know the total drop. That really wouldn't scare me, but it's just a lean. I'll do lean over to 222.5 with the total dropping from 227. Not anything I feel confident enough to play. Also, didn't really look at any player props. LaMelo's been absolutely on fire. Couldn't talk anybody off of him being back at the crib. And he's really the only offense that they have. PJ Washington maybe. But those are my thoughts on this game. Like I said, don't want to spend too much time on it. Next game up, we got the Pacers and the 76ers. This is a pretty interesting game. Of course, these 2 teams did just play against each other. Oh, you know what? I'm doing that thing again. Let me check the comments real quick so I don't go too far. Cam says was good, keeping it light tonight. Too many options. He likes Brooklyn minus 2.5. Coop says tourney day. Let's get this money. Daniel says taking over if I played it. Yeah, that's the way I'd be looking too, Daniel. And Colin says thoughts on Jaquez. Hami Jaquez over 8.5 points. I can see it. Yeah, like you don't want to fade him in this spot with the usage that he's had. I know he cashed the plus 1,000 on his 20 points the other day. So I couldn't talk you off, Colin. He does get the worst defense in the league. So 8.5, not a bad number for him at all in this spot. Yeah, I would actually kind of look for him to go over there. I think that's a pretty solid look. I'm actually going to write that down. I'm not going to play it, but I'm gonna write that down, Colin. I think I didn't even look at the player prop market for him, but I think that's a solid look. Honestly, yeah, I do like that a lot. Let me get to my notes real quick, and then we'll move on to the next game. Jaquez, the rookie for the Miami Heat, over 8.5 points. Okay, yeah, that's a good look, I think. All right, so next game up, and I appreciate everybody in the chat. Dropping plays, asking questions. We all trying to cash together. That's what we do it for. Yeah, I might have a look. Checked out a market that I didn't even check out. I didn't even look at player props in this game, if I'm being honest. So yeah, Daniel says Jaquez is plus 220 for 2 threes. That's another interesting look as well, Daniel. Could not talk you off. I know the Hornets give it up to the 3-point line. They're one of the worst 3-point defenses in the league. So yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. All right, let's get back to the game. So next game up, we got the Hawks and the Pistons. Well, I'm sorry, we got the Pacers and the Sixers. This number opened at 6, I want to say. It's all the way down to 4.5 in favor of the home team, the Philadelphia 76ers. The Sixers have been red hot for people who don't know. Like this team has been literally covering every single spread. But they are in a pretty a lot of people just gonna ride the Sixers because they've been, winning and making the money. They're 8-1 straight up, 6-0 at home, 6-0 against the spread at home. And they've just been cashing tickets. The interesting thing about this game, though, even though these two teams just played, we saw Maxey go for 50. I was on Embiid points. He finished with 37 and cashed that. I was also on the over for the game. That cashed pretty easily as well. The interesting thing about this game is Joel Embiid is listed as questionable. And Batum is also listed as out. So now you're without Batum. Embiid potentially might not play. So I'm not going to spend too much time on the game because him being ruled in or ruled out definitely, influences this game a lot. But at the same time, the Pacers probably do want a little bit of revenge. This Pacers team has been really, really good. We've been talking about how good they are offensively. Defensively, they can't really stop anybody. They are 9-1 to the over. But the thing about the Pacers is it's crazy because this team doesn't play again until the 19th, which I want to say is like Saturday. So they get the whole rest of the week off. and they just lost to the same team. They didn't have to travel at all. The last game was in Philly. This game is in Philly. So I kind of like the Pacers. I agree with the line movement moving down to 4.5. Philly, on the opposite hand, they got a game against Boston tomorrow. It's a home game, so they won't have to travel. But if Embiid got sore ribs today, right now, it makes sense that maybe he doesn't play in this game and Indiana wins outright. I do think the pivot, if you want to get off the Pacers and you don't like spreads, is to look at their team total. The Pacers they're the number one offense in the league. They're not going to win games with defense. So if you like the Pacers, you pretty much like the team total to go over. Could be a live betting spot. I know a lot of props. A lot of people have been playing props in games like this with these two elite offenses. Tyrese Halliburton coming off a 17 assist game with no turnovers. Dude's been absolutely elite. I do think, Maxey could potentially not struggle because Maxey's been all world so far, but he might regress a little bit. I like fading players after they have, such a big game like the one that he just had when he had 50 points. But shooting the three-point ball well. Miles Turner, sneaky look. I should have took his threes the other day. Over 1.5. He finished with 4. So if Embiid plays, there's going to be a lot of drop coverage. And, for him to go over his threes would probably be another solid look trying to get Embiid outside the paint if Embiid does play. So those are my thoughts on the game. I do lean Pacers. I would play the Pacers team totals over versus necessarily playing the Pacers on the spread, but couldn't talk anybody off either way. Also may potentially be live betting this game. Those are my thoughts. Let me go back to the comment section. John says he gave out the Bulls plus 9.5 yesterday. You fade the Milwaukee Bucks by all means necessary. I think there's something like 1-8 against the spread. They can't cover spreads because they don't play enough defense. I just didn't like the spot for the Bulls. He said Pistons covering tonight and maybe win outright. Okay, we'll see how that goes. Slow-mo like Bam's rebounds. Couldn't talk you off. Charlotte can't really shoot the ball, so I could definitely see Bam hitting his rebound prop. Bam points been actually cashing as well. He's really picked it up a lot without Tyler Hero being there. Not talk you off. Leroy says I have a rookie long shot. He likes Jacquez over 8.5 points for the Miami Heat. He likes Sasser 3 threes and Keontae George 10 assists. So yeah, I could see that. Slow-mo likes Maxey double tonight, and Burns says that Brandon Miller and Gordon Hayward have officially been ruled out. I didn't see that information. If I can grab my other phone, I do like to have that kind of pulled up so I'll know exactly what's going on. But of course, during the show, I miss a lot of that information. So let me check that real quick just so I can make sure I'm up to date. Then we can get right back to it. So let's see. The most updated injury news we have is the most updated injury news we have right now is that Joel Embiid is a game time decision, which we knew already. Gordon Hayward is ruled out. JT Thor will be in. He's terrible on offense. Brandon Miller also ruled out as well. That's what we got. So this line will probably move. It's probably already moving now. It's probably moving at least another half point. EQ, we'll get back to that. Haven't gotten to that game quite yet. Highest quality play of today. I'm gonna actually get into that in a second, John. All right, so let's keep going. Let's jump back into the card. The next game we got on the board is the Hawks versus the Pistons. We kind of just talked about this one. Let me get this down. All right, so Hawks versus Pistons. Trae Young, shout out to him and congratulations to him and his wife. They did welcome a little girl into the world yesterday. So that's always pretty cool. But as far as this game, he is listed as out because of that. So with no Trae Young, traveling to Detroit, this is the first leg of a back-to-back. They do play the Knicks tomorrow. A game they probably care a little bit more about because of the history between the Knicks and the Hawks. So this actually opened at 6, I want to say, and now you see the line all the way down to 4.5 in favor of the Hawks. The Pistons just have not been able to cover spreads this year, and a lot of it is due to, I think, just their ability to, they still need cohesiveness. And because they don't have that, they couldn't even cover against the Bulls the other day. This team has been really, really terrible against, well, not extremely terrible. They're 5-6 against the spread, but they're only 2-9. The numbers just feel like they keep shortening up. So now can Detroit win this game by 2 possessions? Can Atlanta win this game by 2 possessions? I kind of feel like they still can. Atlanta did beat this team 2 times last season. They scored 129 points and 130 points in both of those games, and they still have a lot of other players that can kind of step in and fill the void for Trey. It's just a bunch of guys on this team that can kind of step in. I had 2 player props that I played in this game. First one on the Atlanta Hawks side was DeJounte Murray, points plus assists. To me, it's kind of a no-brainer. I did go back and look at the numbers for the last 5 games without Trae Young. I want to say he's over the points plus assists at 32.5. So I played that. That goes back to last season. Of course, this season, he's pretty much been there in the last 4 or 5 games as well. I want to say something like 3 and 5 to the over. And he has a pretty good track record against the Detroit Pistons. And the last point I'll make is Detroit's really been struggling against guards. We've been talking about it, kind of targeting guards. We just hit on Maxey the other day. I do expect DeJounte to have the ball in his hands. He has the second highest usage on his team. So I did play DeJounte Murray to go over his points plus assists at 30.5 is what I want to say the number was. Let me just check and make sure. I think that number was 30.5. Let me check real quick just to make sure. Other thing that I played, I had another play in this game, and the other play was 32.5 was the points plus assists on DraftKings at -105 when I played it earlier. Asir Thompson, I played his rebounds again. I gave this out on Sunday. He had 7 in the first quarter, and or 7 in the first half, and he got there. The number was 10. It's 9.5. It's up to 10.5 now. I like Asir Thompson a lot today. I think without Trae Young, we might see a few more misses for Atlanta. And Asir Thompson, like if he's in the game and his rebounds are under 11.5, depending on the opponent, of course, Atlanta's not the greatest rebounding team. I'm probably going to be on it every single time, especially if Duren is out. So it's not much of a breakdown. It's more so just something that I'm gonna be riding for a while. Like I said, the number only moved 1 rebound, so over 10.5 at -115 on FanDuel. When I took it earlier, the number actually didn't move, and I just like him to be able to go down there and crash the glass again in this game. So yeah, I played Asir Thompson over his rebounds as well, over 10.5, and that's how I kind of played this game. Bogdanovich 20 points is what JS says he likes in the chat, and I don't see too many other comments. Definitely hit the like button for me if you guys are joining late, and let's just keep it going. Let's keep going. So next game up, I don't have a lot on this game either. We got the Spurs and the Thunder. The Thunder are laying 10.5 points. Tad bit's too high for my blood. Total sitting at 238.5. Pretty high total, but it makes sense. The Spurs are the second worst defense in the league, behind only the Charlotte Hornets. And the Thunder, they really can score points. The problem is the Thunder actually been playing a little bit of defense as well. Do they care about this game as much? I'm not 100% sure. Of course, that's the Victor Wembanyama versus Chet Holmgren, game. I don't think that this game is nationally televised, but that is a key component. I think either one of those guys could go off. I like both of them kind of having some nice usage. What people haven't really probably been thinking about, or at least I just want to put it on your radar a little bit, is that Kendrick Williams is going to be returning for the Oklahoma City Thunder. So that's going to drop the usage for some of these players tonight. I think he slides back into the rotation as well. This is an ESPN game also. So, the regular, stuff that you can take for the Spurs, which is Victor Wembanyama over his blocks, over his steals plus blocks. I do think he's going to get up for this one. But outside of him, this team really struggles defensively. They're giving up 123 points, I want to say. They're the worst 3-point defensive team. So the way I chose to play this one was I played Lou Dort over his 3. So 1.5 I got earlier at -130, -135 on DraftKings. And it's really just because of what I said. I mean, he's shooting 6 a game. He's shooting 40%, close to 40% from the 3. He's attempting the second most on the team behind Isaiah Joe. The Spurs, like I said, dead last in opponent 3-point percentage, last in 3-point makes allowed, and the teams are shooting the 7th most threes against them, which kind of makes sense because when you got Victor Wembanyama in the paint, it's easier to shoot a lot of threes from inside the paint. OKC, they're actually shooting the 3rd best percentage from the 3 at pretty much 38%. So I like Lou Dort potential ladder spot for Lou Dort on his threes tonight. I really like this line a lot. Over 1.5 threes is how I chose to play Lou Dort. And like I said, I couldn't talk anybody off. Shet, maybe his points plus rebounds or his double-double. Same thing for Victor Wembanyama. I do think that these guys are going to try to show out for their respective ball clubs tonight, even though the game is anticipated to be a blowout. All right, that's what I got there. I got 7 comments to go through real quick, and then we'll keep it moving. JS says, yes, sir, over 10.5 is plus 100 on FanDuel. So that line has actually gotten better throughout the day. Wish I would have waited. I thought it was actually going to get worse. Coop says he's got to run Saddiq Bey, points plus rebounds whenever the line's available. Yeah, I could not talk you off. Saddiq Bey is in a revenge spot. We know that he was traded away from the Detroit Pistons. Shadow says he likes Wemby versus Chet duel. What do you think? Yeah, I think they're going to duel it out for sure. I'm not playing it, though. Best of luck if you are. I think I'm going to just probably watch. Yeah, it is on TNT. It is on TNT, JR. Spurs OKC is a TNT game. Yep. What do you think about Devin Vassell threes? He's going to shoot them. He's going to be out there by himself, too. They don't really have a lot with all the injuries. I didn't talk about the injuries, but Trey Jones has been ruled out. Keldon Johnson has also been ruled out. And Jeremy Sohan is actually listed as questionable as well. So Devin Vassell really going to be out there by himself. Could not talk you off looking at some Devin Vassell props. I mean, maybe Malachi Brenham. I'm not sure who else is going to, score the ball for this team. Coop says SGA rebounds plus assists at 11.5. He has a 73% hit rate on the season. Spurs are bottom 3 in assists allowed and are middle of the pack at allowing rebounds. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that you got the numbers right there, Coop. That sounds like a play to me. Could not talk you off. Will be a tad bit scared of the blowout factor in this one, but yeah, best of luck if you take it, though, if you are running that, my guy. All right, let's keep going. Next up, we got the Magic and the Nets. So the Magic are on the road for this one. They are 2.5-point dogs. Total in this one opened at 219.5. It's come down just a tad bit to, I want to say 218 is the last time I looked. I think the total was at 218. I do want to get the updated number real quick so I can tell you guys what that is, because I do have a play in this game as well. So yeah, it's down to 217.5 on some books. So the Magic do play tomorrow. Let's start with the injury report. So Gary Harris, Markelle Fultz are both still out. Lonnie Walker is listed as questionable. And for the Nets, also Cam Thomas and Ben Simmons are both listed as out. They also got Nicholas Claxton back and only allowed 94 points against the Washington Wizards in that game on Sunday. So I think Nicholas Claxton being back in this lineup is really going to help this team a lot, specifically on the defensive end. So I looked at those numbers. It's only been 2 games so far that Nicholas Claxton has actually played. Brooklyn has a -7 offensive rating with him on the floor, so their offense gets worse. And they have a +10 defensive rating with him on the floor. Defense gets better. You look at the Magic, like I said, they are in the first leg of a back-to-back. Typically, those games go under. They were 8-5 to the under last season in that spot. And they were 11-3 to the under as a road dog, traveling from home to road as well. So continuing on that same kind of trend, the Magic, they are the 4th best defensive rated team, right outside the top 10 or bottom 10 in pace. They're not playing really, really fast. Brooklyn, they're also right outside the bottom 10 in pace, and I think that number is going to decline now that they do get Nicholas Claxton back. And you look at the Magic. The one thing I was kind of scared of when I was looking at the under was how did the Magic do against the 3? Because Brooklyn just likes to run up and down the floor and just shoot a bunch of 3-pointers. But the Magic are actually top 10 in opponent 3-point makes, opponent 3-point makes allowed, and they're 12th in opponent 3-point percentage. So I think that they do a good job of getting them off the line. And I think that they can play, both of these teams play at a slow enough pace and play enough defense so this one goes under. I did play the under last night at 219.5 on BetMGM. That number is down to 217.5. I probably wouldn't play it there. 217 on some books as well. I think it's going to be a defensive type game. I got to start trusting my gut because yesterday I gave out 2 leans as an under, 2 unders as a lean, and both of them ended up hitting. I didn't put $1 on either. So those are my thoughts in this game. Yeah, I don't think it's the most attractive game on the board, but that's how I chose to play it. Snag says, happy birthday to me. I hope everybody that sees this cashes tonight. Absolutely. Happy birthday, my guy, Snag. Scorpio season, my guy. Appreciate you for being here, Snag, especially on your birthday. What's up to Justin in the chat? Ernest says, What's happy birthday to Snag as well. All right, cool. So we got some B-Day love for my guy Snag. Let's keep going. So now we got the Mavs. They're still in New Orleans, taking on the Pelicans. The line of this one is 4.5 in favor of. You know what? Hold on, I got to change that. It's not favor of the Pelicans. The Pelicans are actually getting 4.5 points in this spot, not laying 4.5 points. So let me make sure I correct that. All right, so yeah, that's right. All right. So total on this one, 240. It's kind of stayed the same. Books are expecting a lot of points. The Pelicans defense has been pretty bad since all of those guys have gotten hurt. They do have it's a pretty extensive injury report when you think about this game. Najee Marshall did come back. This would be a second game back for the Pelicans. Herb Jones is the big guy. He's listed as questionable. You need him out there to be able to guard Luka, to be able to guard Kyrie, somebody. Luka and Kyrie both went for 30 plus in the last game. And I don't see a reason why they wouldn't be able to do the same here. They do have a game tomorrow, but it's in DC. It's against the Wizards. I'm not sure if anybody gets up to play against the Wizards. So, that does create a tad bit of a different dynamic because these two teams did just kind of play against each other. I don't feel strongly about this game at all. Of course, everybody probably saw the video with Zion, kind of saying that it's been pretty difficult, but he's still trying to buy into the system. And it does feel like a game that Zion should kind of dominate. But they haven't really given him the ball to just let him go out there and dominate. So I'm not sure what's going to happen. This is probably one of the most unattractive games on the card for me. So I'm not playing anything in this game. But, if you are, best of luck to you. I don't really have a strong feel on this game at all. Yeah, not at all, actually. Next game up. Well, let me go back to the comment section real quick. Snag says, make sure you guys are hitting the like button. If you do, I definitely appreciate that. Definitely helps. Appreciate you guys for doing so. Fred says, what's good, Chris? I like the under spot. I forgot it's I forgot it's y'all season. Not sure what that means. What's another Zion? What another Zion over 21 points? I think Zion gets busy tonight. I really, really do. Didn't play it, but yeah, I kind of think they do. I Need Money says Mavs early and often. He likes the Mavs to continue their dominance over this Pelicans team. Brandon says, unless he proves me wrong tonight, please fade Zion. I went to the last game. He mostly sat in the corner like he was a shooting guard. Yeah, I didn't watch the last game. That's actually why I'm not interested in this one. JR says, I think the Mavs get up for this one and slack off tomorrow. That makes sense theoretically, JR, which is why I'm not interested in this game. To me, it's kind of hard to get up for the same opponent twice, especially when you just blew them out. But it makes sense that they would get up for the conference game. Tomorrow in DC, you don't really care about that game because it's a non-conference game. It's not a tournament game. So it makes sense that they play and give a little bit more effort tonight. Will Jackson says, what up, though, Chris? Lopez over 10.5 cash. I like Luka 25 and Luka 8 assists for plus 102. I couldn't talk you off of that at all. Luka 25 points for easy money. Dude's been just scoring at will. So I couldn't talk you off of that. 8 assists seemed feasible. Plus 102. Could not talk you off. Snag says he liked the PPD for Luka. Which one you like, Snag? Let the people know which one you like. Dorsey says, do you like Luka over 7.5 assists? As bad as the Pelicans defense has been, I guess so, but not anything that I'm on, Dorsey. Didn't really look it up. Don't want to just kind of give you anything off top of my brain. Okay. No problem, Fred. No problem, my guy. All right, let's keep going. Next game up, we got the Blazers and the Jazz. I won't be on this game long. It's not a game that I'm extremely interested in. The Jazz they do have 3 days of rest. First game back on the West Coast, altitude. Blazers coming off a loss against the Lakers. They did cover that number. The Jazz actually smacked up the Memphis Grizzlies on Friday in their last game. But I could never lay 6.5 points with a team that's in the bottom 5 defensively. The Jazz defense is absolutely atrocious. So I do lean towards the Blazers in this game. Enough to play it? Absolutely not. The way I decided to play it, I also lean towards the over. I think when I think about the Jazz laying points, to me, it just kind of screams over because I think that if they're laying points, it's probably against a bad defensive team. And I think the Blazers can still score. The Blazers will be shorthanded again tonight. They will be without Malcolm Brogdon. They'll be without Scoot Henderson. But I still like Mays has actually been playing well at the guard position. So I still think that they can score enough points to get this one up and over the total. Maybe a first half over, I think, is what I lean more so. I think both teams kind of come out, score a bunch of points, and then it slows down with that altitude in Utah. The way I decided to play this game, though, I do have a play, and that's Keontae George. I've been actually waiting for this line to drop since he had 10 assists in his last game. So over 6.5 assists. It was juice when I played it at minus 140 on Bet365. But I was like literally waiting for this one all day. When it opened at minus 140 on Bet365, it also was at minus 142 on Caesar. So I mean, we saved 2 cents there. When it opened, it wasn't a milestone, so you couldn't play the 8 assists. But I will be taking Keontae George 8 assists as well. Dude has back-to-back, I think 9 and 10 assist games, and now he gets a Blazers defense that really can't stop anybody. So I like him back at the crib today. He's been getting starter minutes, of course, and I think that the Blazers defense is going to get tore up tonight. So give me Keontae George over 6.5 assists. Like I said, juice, and honestly, it's probably the most juice I'm going to lay is minus 140. Like I said, I will be taking the 8 as well. Excuse me. So, yeah, best of luck if you tail there. What are you guys looking at in this game? Go to the chat. Skylar Mays and Keontae George, 10 assists a piece for Mike is plus 1,000, plus 1,200. So 12-1 on FanDuel for Skylar Mays and Keontae George, 10 assists. That might be worth the sprinkle. Skylar Mays has actually been killing his assist line as well. So I could not talk you off of that at all. Coop says he loves Keontae George assists built out. His double-double on FanDuel with 10 and 10 is 15-48. And it could be the game, right? He hasn't been able to score the ball. He's been looking no more to facilitate. But eventually, the offense is going to find itself. Like, I do believe that. Dude was a super athletic. And, I was listening to the coach, and he was saying that, like, he just kind of feels like he's ahead of his time as far as being able to understand and read the game, both on the offensive end and the defensive end. So I like Keontae George in this spot a lot. I just played his assist, but I couldn't talk anybody off who, building out his double-double, taking him all the way up to 10. I'm probably going to put something on the 10 as well. I just got to check the odds. Hopefully, they don't get too juiced. Daniel says he loves the over here as well. Marketed over his points. Brandon likes. He likes Keontae over his assists as well, and Aiden over his rebounds. Okay. You looked out last game. Over 4.5 easy money. Riding with you again. Okay. Best of luck if we cash tonight, JS. Hope we need it. I need it for sure. Johnny going back one game. He likes Luka assists plus rebounds over tonight. And what are Keontae's threes looking like? Haven't seen him play. He can shoot, but I think he's more of a scorer in general, Daniel. So I couldn't talk you off. I typically like to lean a little bit more towards points than threes, and especially with a defense that doesn't have a lot of resistance. I don't think that defense has a lot of resistance at all. So I'll be looking more towards points than threes, but don't let me talk you off at all. George on DK at 5.5 to juice. Thoughts at 140. Doe at 145. If he's at 145, and I'm gonna go check that real quick. If he's at 145 and I got him at 6.5, I'm doubling back down, and I'm gonna take the 5.5 assists as well. I want to check that because that seems like a big discrepancy. I was waiting for the first book that I saw had it available. This was at like 2:00. I want to say. No, it was at like 12:30 today. It wasn't available early this morning. So let me just check real quick. I just want to see, and I'll give you guys as well the updated number on every book. So Keontae George assists right now it is 5.5. 5.5 right now on PointsBet is minus 115. I will be taking that. So I appreciate you pointing that out. Minus 145 is actually, I would lay to 145 as well, but I'm definitely I'm going to PointsBet and I'm playing at 115, and I'm gonna do that right now. Give me Keontae, and that's probably going to be the best ladder spot as well for Keontae over his assists at 5.5. Because if 115, if it's 15 cent of juice right now on PointsBet, you're probably going to be able to get the 7 and the 10 or the 8 and 10 at a much better price. So give me Keontae. Like I said, I'll double back down because I called terrible odds. I thought that what I found was probably going to be the best. Keontae. So you can get Keontae right now at 5.5. You can get him at 6 at minus 120. So yeah, 5.5 minus 115. You can get him at 8 at plus 230. I will be playing that, and you can get him at 10 for plus 550. Probably split in 2 units on both of those. Probably go full unit, half unit, half unit. something like that. But yeah, I will be taking that. I'm gonna just leave it in my bet slip right now. This is actually one of the poor parts about doing the show is that I can't take the bet right now because I'm doing the show and I got to log in and upload money and all that good stuff. But it's cool. It's cool. I'm gonna just leave it right there. All right, so those are my thoughts there. Plus 750 for 10 on FanDuel. Hurry up, it could drop. Damn, cool. Okay. Plus, yeah. So my fault. Take the 10 assists if you want it at plus 750. I can't believe the odds are that good for Keontae George to get 10 assists. That's insane. S. Says, "What up, Chris? What up, chat? Did we go over Miami? We did. I leaned over S. And I think that you guys should be able to cover the number. But Miami on the road, not a team that I really want to lay a lot of points with. I know that the number is up now that those guys have been officially ruled out. So no official play for me on the game at all, S. But curious to know what your thoughts are, my guy. Shoot me your thoughts. I know you're a Heat whisperer, so Heat expert. So let me know what you're thinking. And we're gonna keep it moving. So next game up, we still got some more games to talk about. We only got 3 games to talk about. So we got Clippers and Nuggets. It's actually my favorite game on the board. Clippers and Nuggets are the next game. We have here. All right, so Clippers and Nuggets. Nuggets actually opened as, I want to say, 6-point favorites. That line is down to 4.5, which is interesting because the Clippers are 0-4 since James Harden came in. They're also one of the worst offensive rated teams. The Nuggets are also coming off a loss against the Houston Rockets, outright loss on Sunday. So now they're back at home. This is a tournament game, so we're going to see which one of these teams want to take the tournament, a little bit more serious. And this is the way I chose to play it. So on Sunday, my members know because I was on James Harden assists. Ty Lue got me. He got me really, really good. I was watching a pregame interview, and he said, we done figured out that James Harden got to get the ball. Like, he's going to have to run the offense, and everybody else going to have to kind of take a back seat, and it's going to kind of be like Harden's team. When I saw that, man, I was so happy. I was like, okay, bet. Give me this over 6.5 assists, especially against the Memphis Grizzlies. Give me the over 8. Give me 8 assists plus, and give me a little bit on the 10 assists as well. James Harden finished with 3 assists, and they actually played their best basketball when James Harden was on the bench. So yeah, he absolutely burned me in that spot. Today, I'm back on Harden. I'm taking his assists under 5.5. I got this at plus 115 earlier today. Dude's only averaging 4 assists on 10.5 potential assists. I think that, eventually the Clippers going to figure this out. And to me, it kind of feels like 1 or 2 of those guys going to have to go to the bench because you can't have 2 point guards that can't really shoot the ball no more. We saw that James Harden kind of missing left and right. Russell Westbrook is not a shooting guard. He can't shoot the ball. So you can kind of help off of him. You also got Zubac, so you can kind of help off of him. So for all of those reasons, I don't think that the Clippers have figured this offense out, and I don't think that it'll be James Harden as the primary ball handler, throughout the entirety of this game. There's also the altitude factor. There's also Denver being extremely motivated for this game because they're off a loss as well, and I know that they want to get back on the win column. Denver's been a top 10 defensive team throughout the season. They haven't really allowed a lot of assists to point guards. I want to say only 3 or 4 point guards have actually gotten 6 assists against this team. So I like Harden assists to go under. Also like Jokic to go over his rebounds. This line was minus 121 on Bet Rivers when I checked this a couple hours ago. 12.5 is the number. Dude's averaging 13.5 rebounds throughout 8 games so far this season. You look on 21.5 rebound chances. Last 3 games, that number's up to 17.5 rebounds on 22 rebound chances. The Clippers, second worst offensive team since James Harden joined the team. So I think it's going to be a ton of misses there. And also since James Harden joined the team, the Clippers are a bottom 10 rebounding team over those last 4 games as well. So I like Jokic to go over his rebounds at 12.5. I like Harden to go under his 5.5 assists. And I also like the Clippers team total under 110.5. I think this is going to be more of a defensive type game. The Nuggets, they were 10-6 to the under last season when they were 5-point favorites or less. Denver is also a top 6 defensive team this season. And like I said, I like that they're off a loss. So typically you kind of lock in on that as well. And they didn't lose the last game because of their defense. They lost the last game because Jokic went to the bench at the start of the fourth quarter and they couldn't score. They literally just couldn't score. And shout out to Houston because Houston defense has been top 5 as well. You also look at the Clippers. I talked about this. Second worst offensive rated team since Harden has joined. Just a 106.9 offensive rating. They have the 27th rated effective field goal percentage since Harden has joined. and the team total has actually gone under in 3 of the 4 games, and they've gone under by double digits as well. The Nuggets, when they've been at home, they've only allowed 2 of their 6 opponents to go over their team total, and they're only giving up 107.5 points per game. So I really, really like the Clippers team total to go under 110.5. I like Jokic over his 12.5 rebounds, and I like Harden under his 5.5 assists. I didn't do a same game parlay, but if you guys are, feeling risky, I played all these straight. I played all of them straight. Jokic assist, I played for 1 unit. I played Harden half unit on his under 5.5 assists, and then I played the Clippers team total half unit as well, under 110.5 on DraftKings at -115. So those are my 3 looks for this game. It's actually my favorite game on the board. All right, let me see what y'all on in the chat, and then I'm almost done. What's up to my guy, ChrisBeCappinn? Hope everything is well with you, my brother. Appreciate you tapping in. Kawhi over 22.5 points, Dorsey? Nah, I don't like Kawhi over 22.5 points. I think Kawhi probably going to end up being matched up on Aaron Gordon. So I would look elsewhere. Maybe Paul George. I think it's going to be interesting to see who KCP guards. But I would imagine that Kawhi gets Aaron Gordon. And not to say he can't, use Aaron Gordon, but Aaron Gordon is one of the better defenders for big 3s and 4s in the league. Really, really strong. It's really, really hard to outmuscle him. Not to say he's stronger than Kawhi, but he's a pretty good defender. So I think, maybe looking at Paul George. Shadow says Jokic props are crazy high, but I would still take them against this Clippers defense. Yeah, that's the way I'm looking as well. Fred likes Westbrook over his 13.5 points. Michael says he likes Jokic under his 9.5 assists. And how do you feel about Nuggets first quarter? I kind of like Nuggets first quarter. I don't like that they're traveling from road to home, but the Clippers, until they get it figured out, man, I do think that you could take the Nuggets first quarter. I just didn't play it because eventually the Clippers have to be extremely motivated. You lost 4 straight games. The whole NBA, you're the biggest headline in the NBA because you can't win a game. So, I think that they, for what it's worth, going to be as motivated as they possibly can. That's why I kind of stayed off the total, stayed off the spread. But I do think that they still going to struggle to score the ball. So I think the Nuggets could struggle to score the ball as well if the Clippers come out here and play their best defensive game as well. S. Dot going back to that Heat game versus Charlotte, he says, appreciate it, Chris. I'm with you on the over. Bam over his points plus rebounds. Duncan Robinson over his points. I took Miami at 3.5, but would bet it up to 5. I think they will blow them out personally, but 6.5 is rich. Yeah, I agree. I think 6.5 is a tad bit too rich as well. All right, so let's keep going. Hold on. We got a couple more comments. Kawhi usually shows up for games when it's against other superstars like Jokic. Okay. Vaughn says he likes Aaron Gordon. Well, he's asking me if I like Aaron Gordon over 7.5 rebounds or rebounds and assists at 12.5. No thought really at all, Vaughn, on Aaron Gordon. Michael Porter Jr. was actually the guy stealing all the rebounds. And whoever Michael Porter Jr. guards, maybe you wait till the game starts. You see who Michael Porter Jr. guards, and that's who you bet. Michael Porter Jr. is the worst defender that they have in their starting lineup. Him and Reggie Jackson. Reggie Jackson can't guard anybody. Michael Porter Jr. can't guard anybody. If you had a chance to watch the last game, Ime Udoka was just fishing for. They were hunting the pick and roll to try to get Michael Porter Jr. matched up on anybody, and that's who they would take advantage of. So if Tyronn Lue and his coaches that have watched any of that breakdown of that game and the way it ended, that's probably what they're going to do today. They're going to be looking to hunt Michael Porter Jr., try to get him matched up defensively. Okay. Let's see. Play Joker rebounds today, Chris. Okay. Best of luck. I'm with you. I'm with you there as well, Will. Hopefully we cash. Coop says he leans Reggie Jackson over 11.5 points. All single unit bets or multi, which better? So, Johnny, I'll go over my card at the end, and I'll put everything at the bottom of what I played. But I do got a couple. I got one unit play. I typically go half unit on everything when I got a big slate. But you can play it for whatever you want. But yeah, that's what I typically do. Revenge spot, Dorsey said. This is the revenge spot. The Clippers have been absolutely getting owned. The last time they went to Denver last year, they were losing by 40 at halftime. They didn't even play Kawhi and PG in the second half. I vividly remember that. Yeah, Daniel says, chill out with my light-skinned brother, Michael Porter Jr. I'm just telling you what the film says, Daniel. You go back and watch the second half of that game, specifically the fourth quarter. They were looking for Michael Porter Jr. like a kid looking for candy on Halloween. They was trying to find him however they could. All right, 2 more games to get through. We got the Timberwolves and the Golden State Warriors. The Warriors are 2.5-point dogs in this game tonight, home dogs as well. This total is down to 216.5. And let's see, it opened at 220, 222. So it's dropped, was actually down to 215.5 now on some books. But 216 looks like it's the consensus. Spread has actually moved now to 3, even though you guys see 2.5. And the money's come in on the Timberwolves here. The Timberwolves did just win this game. Of course, this is one of those back-to-backs. And the big news here is that Steph Curry is ruled out with some knee pain or soreness or whatever it is that he got going on. The Warriors have been absolutely abysmal without Steph Curry. I'm sorry, not without him, but with them, because they really just struggle to score the ball. There's been a lot of people kind of calling out Klay Thompson, saying that he doesn't look like his own self, which he doesn't. And Andrew Wiggins, who, if you've been taking his points, rebounds, and assists, you might can retire because he's been looking absolutely horrible as well. So I couldn't talk anybody off of playing the Timberwolves in this spot. I will say this, and I posted it earlier for people who got a chance to check out my timeline. The Warriors, when they're home dog, is not a spot you really want to fade them in. They are 7-1 since the start of the 21 season, straight up, when they're our home dog. However, Steph Curry played in all those games. I'm not sure how they're going to manufacture enough points in this spot tonight. Chris Paul going to have to turn back the hands of time. They're going to need Draymond knocking down threes. They're also going to need the Timberwolves, who do have a game tomorrow against the Phoenix Suns, I want to say. They're going to need the Timberwolves to be looking ahead in this spot. So, yeah, I actually gave this out. I was about 5 minutes late to see the news, but I saw the money line. It was still minus 135, so I hopped on the Timberwolves then when it was minus 135 about 5 minutes after the news broke. Right now, and I'm like I said, I'm not interested in really fading the Golden State Warriors too much, but I will tell you Minnesota's been the better offensive team, the better defensive team, and I think Draymond might have poked the bear. If anybody watched that last game, he had some words with Anthony Edwards after he fouled him, and Ant was pretty much like, bro, like nobody's scared of you, man. Like stop with the antics, bro. You're not tough. You fake tough. And that's what old heads do, though. They try to get in your head. They try to do anything to kind of throw you off your game. And I didn't know this before. Like, I hadn't really seen it, but there was a video that surfaced after the game where Anthony Edwards was getting interviewed before the season started, and they were asking him which team does he look forward to playing the most. He was like, I'm looking forward to playing Golden State. And they were like, why? And he was like, because of Draymond. And they was like, what about Draymond? And he was like, he talk a lot. And I didn't know that. If I knew that, we would have been on Ant in the last game. He had 33, like 7 and 5 or something like that. So I would have been there on that. I just played the money line. Right now, the money line for the Warriors is, for the Timberwolves is best number I see is minus 145 on Caesars. I still lay the minus 145. I do think that they're going to win the game. I think that they're a team that, has really kind of pressed the issue. And while they're healthy, they're just a much better team. They were a better team the other day when they had Steph, when the Warriors had Steph. So I would definitely be laying the minus 145, just hoping that they don't come out and kind of overlook this team today. But they got enough players on this team to really lock down. I was a tad bit interested at looking at Cat over his 20.5 points at minus 130. Cat really hates this team as well. He's scored at least 21 points in 5 of the last 6 times dating back to the 21 season as well. He shot at least 40%, at least 50% in all those games. And he's just coming off a game where he went 8 for 14 and finished with 21 points as well. Didn't get there because I ended up just playing the money line at minus 135, I think is what I took it at. So those are my thoughts on this game. Last game up, and I'm trying to get through it. I know it's taking me a while. Let's see. Let's go back to the comment section real quick. Raptors fan likes Jokic over his points plus rebounds at 44.5. Can I talk you off Jokic? I think the triple double that Jokic had in the last game, his points plus rebounds, I think was the highest since like 1986 or something like that. Dude's been absolutely killing it. Either you're playing Jokic to go over or you just staying off the game. Couldn't talk you off. Wiggins' revenge game with Steph out, you would have thought it would have been revenge game last game, and I think he might have scored like 6 points, Shadow. I'm off Wiggins to the foreseeable future. Let's see. Coop says, hated that I missed the +2 on the Wolves, but still think they went out right. And that's my thought as well, Coop. I think we think a lot alike. I hated that I missed the +2. I actually hate that I missed the +4. This game actually opened as the Warriors +4 last night, and then it came down to +2 this morning. So yeah, I'm right there with you. Right there with you. Last game up. Let's talk about this Grizzlies versus my Los Angeles Lakers tonight in LA. So this line actually, let me check and see what it is now. I don't think that we got news about about LeBron being officially ruled in. I think AD is listed as probable, and you would think that both of those guys would play. This line is, maybe that did come out because I see the line actually moved to 6 now, 6.5 actually. So I had to miss that. Let me just check real quick. I feel like that news came out kind of early though. Let me just check. So yeah. Damn. Okay. So 6.5 now is what the Lakers are laying. This total is back up. So yeah, LeBron had to be ruled in because no way that this line has moved this much. The total actually dropped to 223. It's back up to 226 now. So AD and LeBron must have officially been ruled in. LeBron, of course, did take the last game off, so maybe he looks a little fresher. He didn't play against the Portland Trail Blazers. The Memphis Grizzlies are coming off a pretty, I guess you call that an impressive win because they got smacked up at home against Utah, but then they go on the road. They look real gritty, especially with having Bismack Biyombo in there. And they played really, really well against the Clippers and beat them outright as, I want to say, a 5.5-point dog. I'm not in a place right now where I feel confident laying points with the Lakers, especially not 6.5. I know that the Grizzlies haven't been the greatest team, but I do think that I think in this spot, you take the Grizzlies plus the points. The Lakers have not been covering spreads this season. They're 1-5 against the spread as a favorite, 1-3 against the spread as a home favorite, and they really struggled to score. They're 4-2 to the full game under, and they failed to reach their team total in 4 of those last 6 games. And I think the Grizzlies are a really gritty team. Desmond Bane, Marcus Smart, Jaren Jackson Jr. and Bismack Biyombo is really coming there, rebounded the ball, set some good screens, blocked some shots. He was throwing James Harden stuff left and right the other day. So to me, I'd be more willing to take the points with the Grizzlies in this spot versus playing with the Lakers. I know how the Lakers play, man. This is not a team that's looking like they're about to blow anybody out. Also, the Grizzlies didn't have to travel, which might not necessarily be a good thing. Hopefully, they didn't party too much. If they did party and celebrated that win at all, I think the Grizzlies can cover in this spot. There's also the playoff revenge angle. We know that the Lakers, crushed this team in Game 6 of the second round last season. So those are my thoughts on the game. I don't like the Lakers as favorites pretty much ever, but especially, in a game that feels like it's supposed to be easy. So yeah, those are my thoughts on the game. All right, I want to go back to the comments. At this time, send me a request if you guys got anything. I'm going to get up some speakers and stay on here for probably about 15, 20 more minutes. Let me know what you guys are on. Send me a request. And I'm going to go through the last couple comments. Shadow says, you think it's a LeBron night or AD night? No idea, actually. No idea. Fabio says she likes K points, rebounds, and assists. DFS says she likes the Spurs plus 10.5. Says, is Bismack playing tonight? I thought he was playing. I didn't see anything with him pop up on the injury report. Let me know if you see something different, I'm not playing the game anyway, but if I wanted the Grizzlies, I do need Bismack Biyombo in there. But people who've been watching the game, they know how much Bismack means. I don't even see him listed on the injury report. So let me know if you see him, if you see something that I don't see, DFS also likes Golden State money line plus Orlando plus 3. Best of luck. I'm going to have to decide with you on the Golden State game, but best of luck there. And let's go. So let's go Godspeed if I can get him back up. Let me get Dave up and let me get Zell up as well. And then if anybody else got any thoughts, man, let me know what they are. I'm gonna do a quick what I played segment, but I gotta actually type my plays in because I didn't get a chance to do that. And I'll post them at the bottom. And I will tell you guys just right now what all the official plays that I played. So I played going to Detroit and Atlanta game. I played DeJounte Murray over 32.5 points plus assists. I played Sir Thompson over 10.5 rebounds. Orlando, Brooklyn, I played it under 219.5. That number has come down a lot now. I wouldn't recommend playing it right now. With it down to 217.5, I just don't. Like if I see a little total, I get a tad bit worried when it starts to drop even more, which is why I gave this one out last night. So I wouldn't play that. Lou Dort, I did take his over 1.5 threes. Like I said, the Spurs have been the worst 3-point team in the league, and Dort's shooting 3 a game. Shooting 6 a game. I do think that he's going to hit 2 tonight. So I like Lou Dort. I took Jokic over his 12.5 rebounds. In the same game, I took Harden under 5.5 assists. And I also played the Clippers team total under 110.5. Until they get it right, I'm probably going to bet the Clippers team total under every single game. They got a game against Houston next. I also don't think they're going to get it right against Houston. If they're playing against a good defensive team, I'm taking their team total under until they get it right, or until I see James Harden or Russell Westbrook coming off the bench. But if neither one of those guys can stand in the corner and be effective. And they've never been in, a Golden State offense where you're like actually moving without the ball. They legit come down and play one-on-one basketball. If Harden has the ball, you can bet that Westbrook is spotting up like he Klay Thompson. And if Westbrook got the ball, Harden doing the same exact thing. So until they get that figured out, I'm gonna keep taking that team total under. I did play the under 210.5. 110.5. Keontae George over his 6.5 assists is what I took, but I'm also playing the 5.5 at points bet at -115 and Timberwolves money line. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 plays. I actually forgot I added one. 9 plays is what I'm on today. Best of luck if you guys are tailing any. Let's get to it. Zell, you up first because you're the only one that can that can stay connected, my guy. So talk to me. I'm gonna get Stem up. I'm gonna get Godspeed up, and see if I can get Dave back up as well. What's up? Go ahead, Zell. What's going on?
Yeah, man, nothing much. No, we had a good talk yesterday. I was one of the few people on the Wizards team total first half yesterday that cashed for me. Mavs defense was looking sweet. Gave out Karis LeVert PRAs that cashed too, just trying to keep it going. I also want to give a quick shout out to whoever gave out that Josh Hart play yesterday because I was sitting there waiting on the underdog notification and I got in his 8 rebounds. So that was a nice cash as well. But a couple plays I'm on today. Luckily, last night I caught the T-Wolves at +2.5. Kind of had a feeling that Curry wasn't going to play. I know he's competitive, but I just didn't think Curry would want him out there playing in the in-season tournament game. So I caught them at 2.5. I'm also on Ants PRAs over 37.5.
Okay.
Really, not much I need to explain there. We know how dominant he's been. Actually, MVP candidate in my eyes.
I got a question for you on that one, though, Zell. You any kind of hesitancy and potential look ahead spot because they play Phoenix tomorrow? You think you try to save any of it or not?
No, I don't. Kind of for the same reason you had mentioned in the offseason when you said who he's looking forward to. That's why I was on the last game, and that's why I'm back on them now.
Okay.
He just gets up for these games against Golden State. And I did catch him trash talking with Draymond too at the free throw line. So I think he's gonna get up for this game. What else am I on today? I haven't got there yet on this, but I like Jalen Suggs' points. He's coming out back-to-back 20-point games in the Magic's guards. I think Gary Harris is out, Fultz is out, and his usage is going up each game as well as his minutes increasing. He played 38 minutes last game. It was kind of a surprise to see that FanDuel had Suggs at 20 plus for +700. So I probably was going to end up laddering that, taking Suggs over his 12.5, taking his 15 for +160, and then taking his 20 for +700. I wanted to get a second opinion on that. So what you think about Suggs?
Yeah, I think, man. So this is my thing, Zell. They got really good defenders over there. Like when you think about Mikal Bridges, Dorian Finney-Smith, so really it's just going to be dependent upon who like what matchup he's going to get. I also don't really like playing a lot of players on the first leg of a back-to-back. Like I feel like that's been kind of burning me recently. So I think out of all the players I got tonight, the only one that's on the back-to-back is DeJounte Murray. I just like his usage a lot. But I couldn't talk you off. Like go with your gut. You know what I mean? And they down guard. So I couldn't talk you off at all. And they're going to have to score somehow. And I don't think it's going to be inside the paint with Nicholas Claxton being down there. So, yeah, I couldn't talk you off.
Yeah, and I did take Suggs over 2.5 assists at -30. I saw that it cleared 9 of the last 10 games without folks in the lineup dating back last season. So, yeah, I just know how Suggs was in college. I know I was listening to his interview he did with the Magic, one of the beat writers yesterday. He was real excited about the NCAA tournament, so I'm expecting him to take it real serious. But I also gave out in my Discord Draymond triple-double. I know with Cat and go get out there, it's going to be hard for him to get 10 rebounds. But at plus 4,200, I had to sprinkle. But that's all I got.
Okay. Hey, best of luck, man. Best of luck, bro. I hope you cash. Oh my God, bro! Y'all got to be kidding me, right? Like Keontae George assist gone. This is why I'm gonna have to stop the show. I don't even see the line posted no more. oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. I don't even see his assist posted no more. Okay. All right. Anyway, let's go. Let's go to Stem. Stem was the guy who actually gave out Keontae George assists in the first place. Stem, talk to me, man. Hope it all is well with you, bro. What you liking for today?
What's up, Chris? How are you today?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Just kind of locked all the way in, Stem. I know you are too, man. Talk to me. What you liking today?
100%. Well, aside from Keontae, I'm back on that plus 850 for 10. That's insane. But aside from that, I got another look that I like today that I'm sure not a lot of people are on. Dario Saric. So he's been playing roughly 20 minutes this season. Same matchup last game against Timberwolves. 27 minutes, and he had 10 rebounds, 11 points. With Steph out tonight, I'm expecting him to play 25-plus minutes again. You can build out his double-double to plus 1,000 on DraftKings. He had this last game. He's been basically getting around 6-7 boards per game, averaging around 9 points a game as well. So, his numbers are relatively close to this. Usage is going up. Clearly a matchup he enjoys. Plus 1,000 is a little too much for me to not take a stab at that. But aside from Dario, I have a prop that's not offered yet, as far as I see on any book that I'm waiting on. Robert Covington threes. He's starting tonight for Batum. I think he's going to have some really nice opportunities from the 3-point line. He's going to be camping out there, and they're going to be dishing it to him. So Batum's been pretty nice from the 3-point line. He's been getting his volume too. If 3+ is around plus 300 or plus 200, I think that's a very playable line for Bobby Cove tonight.
Yeah, Stem. I love the way that you dig into these games, bro. And I know you're a Philly guy, so I know you know your team. I know you have experience with betting on Robert Covington, probably from when he was on the team last time. So I think that's a super sharp look. I hadn't even thought about who gonna benefit the most. And of course, Nicholas Batum. Nicholas Batum is out, but of course Kelly Oubre is out as well with the car accident. Definitely hoping he gets better soon. And quickly as possible with those broken ribs that he has. But that's like so perfect. Perfect. Yeah, that's perfect. I like the Sarge look as well. That's a sneaky look for his double-double. Especially without Steph. They're gonna have to find some way to score, and they don't have a lot of scoring out there. Sarge can he's gonna get plenty of minutes, like you said, and he can stretch the floor. So like both of those looks for you, and of course they're super contrarians. Appreciate you sharing them, bro.
Of course, have a night.
Let's do it. Let's go Godspeed, and then I'll kick it to you, Dave. What's up, Godspeed? Talk to me.
What's up, bro? How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Trying to find these Keontae George assists. I saw PointsBet took them down. They are juiced. You can get a minus 150. That's nasty on BetMGM. But for everybody listening that's trying to get Keontae, Caesars does have minus 117. And I'm actually going to put that in before I forget. And then that number's gone as well. But talk to me, Godspeed. What's up, man?
Hey, first thing first, you better watch the crowd in the spaces, man. These sports books, they be in spaces.
I saw DraftKings in y'all joint the other day, man. Listen, Godspeed, listen. If FanDuel DraftKings pop in here, I'm closing the whole space. Y'all just have to join me on YouTube, bro. But nah, go ahead.
Nah, bro. I love to see that we on some of the same looks. I took DeJounte Murray, 23.5 points.
Okay.
Lou Dort is my OKC Thunder player of the day.
Okay.
I come out with a Thunder player of the day. I'm a Thunder fan.
So what you take? What you take? You on his threes?
Yeah, I took Dort 2 threes.
Okay.
He's shooting 47%.
From
the 3-point line. But I'm gonna give out Miles Turner's threes. I took his 3 and 4 at like plus 150, I want to say, for 3, and 4 was like plus 430. He shot 18 fucking threes in the last 2 games, so I'm gonna live with that volume. Hopefully Embiid plays, and we know he don't step out and go out the 3-point line. And one more look shit, y'all gonna have my whole card today pretty much. But Nick Claxton rebounds, I took it at 9.5 plus money. He had 13 in his first game back. The Orlando Magic, they top 10 and allowing rebounds to centers. We've seen like AD. I gotta check my notes, but yeah, they allow a lot of rebounds to centers. Claxton had seen Bataze before last season, and he grabbed 14 rebounds versus them. So I just think Nick Claxton is in a good spot. He's probably gonna play about 30 minutes again tonight. And yeah, like I said, shit, Claxton over 9.5 rebounds. Lou Dort 2 threes. I'm with you on that. DeJounte points and Miles Turner's 3 and 4 threes.
Hey guys, we looking like an undefeated night, my brother. I hope you catch all of it. Love it. Bro. Love your card tonight, man. Best of luck, bro.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Let's go, Dave. What's up, Dave? Talk to me, man. How you doing? Can you hear me, Dave? I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, what's going on?
A few looks. I'll just give you 3 of them.
Okay.
I definitely do agree with you. You had mentioned that the Pacers don't play until Saturday. I really do think that Embiid is probably going to play, but he's not going to be a lot of pass first tonight. So for that very reason, I think Tobias Harris is going to have one of those sneaky 20 and 10 nights.
Mm-hmm. So that make a lot of sense. Okay, keep going. My fault.
It's double right there. Also, I do think Miles Turner does let it fly tonight. So, me personally, man, I'm going back to the Will. I'm going Miles Turner 15. I'm going Benedict Mathurin 1 steal. I just think this is a very active game for the Pacers tonight, just knowing that they have the rest. Also, with the Thunder, I wanted to actually get Godspeed's opinion on this one. What do you think about Josh Giddey? I know he's been up and down with the assists and rebounds, but is there any possible chance that he's going to flirt with a triple-double tonight? I don't know. It's been a while since we've seen one, but I'm really kind of feeling that, to be honest. Looking at the spread and everything, I just think that it's one of those nights.
Godspeed, you got something for him? Is Godspeed? Yeah, he's still up here.
What's up, bro? What do you say?
Yeah, no, I was asking, do you think that it's possible with the total being 238? The Thunder pretty much expected to blow the Spurs out. What do you think about Josh Giddey getting a triple-double tonight? How likely is that?
One thing about Josh Giddey, he hasn't really flirted with a triple-double this season, simply because we got guys that can get the ball off the rim and go coast to coast. We got Chet, we got J-Dub, we got Lou Dort, we got SGA, we got so I don't really like Giddey triple-double for that reason. Like, we seeing SGA play, make a little bit more and find his guys. But man, that team is just, they so versatile. We expect Shea to get 25 a night, but other than that, you don't really know who's gonna be that next guy up. But I love Giddey. He's capable of popping off any given night, and I don't think it's gonna really be a blowout. I think Oklahoma probably. I think it'd be a close game through half, and then Oklahoma take off, because I don't think the Spurs, they just don't got that depth. Like Oklahoma, we got shooters this year. We playing defense, like we running. I think Spurs are gonna get fatigued, and probably third or fourth quarter we'll pull off.
Gotcha. Hey, honestly, man, I appreciate that. But Chris, man, my last look, I gotta do it. Max points on Anthony Edwards, man. I think tonight is one of them nights. I think we might see him get 50.
You think so?
That clip that you had mentioned was actually, I think it was 2 seasons ago. Then they came into the last season, and then they had that Memphis battle, I believe. I could be wrong, but it is one of those things where I'm just looking at it like they're right there again, same venue. Draymond's still playing. I think Draymond might get ejected. I think it's a 50 ball tonight.
Okay. Yeah, I don't even know if he's gonna need to score 50, is what I'm thinking.
I was thinking that too.
Yeah, I don't know how many points he's gonna need to score, honestly. What I will tell you is that since the 2021 season, when Golden State's a home dog, they are 8-0 to the under. So I'm not looking at nobody points to go over. I think it could be a big game for Cat. I think they just dominate inside. But like if he does have a good game, it wouldn't surprise me any. Anthony Edwards did just win Western Conference Player of the Week. So and we know how much he's a dog, and the Draymond stuff might have lit a fire under him even more. But to me, it feels like Ant wants to show up in these big moments. So tomorrow, even though he's on the second leg of a back-to-back, I expect him to give maximum effort tomorrow against that full. Like for people who don't know, the Phoenix Suns tomorrow they're projected to have their whole big three, like Devin Booker, Bradley Beal, and Kevin Durant supposed to play for the first time. I can guarantee you Anthony Edwards is going to want to get up for that game a little bit more. So I love Ant, and I can't talk anybody off of him tonight. But to me, I think he probably want to save a little bit for that game. But best of luck, Dave. Don't let me talk you off, bro.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. Let's do it, bro. Let's do it. All right, so let's go back to Stem real quick. I see your hand up, and then we'll go. Oh, I got the heavy hitters here. I got Dream, Stephen, and Finesse. So we'll go in that order. We'll go Dream, Stephen, Finesse. Stem, talk to me real quick. What's up?
I just wanted to let you guys know Covington lines are out, and they are exactly what I wanted. 2+ at +105, 3+ +340. Taking both of those. That's all I want to say.
Got you. Okay, so Robert Covington from the Philadelphia 76ers. Stem says he likes his over 1.5 threes and his 3+ threes tonight. Really, really good spot. Like that a lot. Appreciate you sharing the update on that too, Stem. All right, let's go Dream, Stephen, Finesse. Oh, I got Ben too. Let me get Ben. I'm gonna get to all four of you guys. Let's go Dream first. What's up, Dream?
Yo, what's the vibes, man?
What's up, bro? Talk to me, man. I know you got some stuff for tonight.
Yeah, I hope so, man. Man, I have fell asleep during the goddamn stream, so hopefully I ain't missed nothing like you said. But yeah, I got a plus 3,000 round robin by 2s and 3s, man. My full card. Look on my page, on my YouTube, all that good stuff. But yeah, hopefully, like I said, nobody mentioned these people. If they did, I'm gonna mention them again. Franz Wagner, 3 3s. Beef Stew, that's Isaiah Stewart from Detroit, 3 3s, and Clarkson, 25 points. So plus 3,000. Round robin 2s and 3s. And the reason behind that, Franz, Brooklyn gave up the most points, was the most threes to his position, the second most points. Beef Stew, just amazing numbers without Duren. If y'all want to rock too, I'm on Beef Stew assist once again. But yeah, when he's playing without Duren, first of all, Beef Stew has covered his 1.5 threes line. I'm probably going to plan it now. 8 of 11 games this season, which is crazy to me. But yeah, he's over that 8 of 11 games, and without Duren, he's over this 3-point line every single game. And not only that, he has 3-2 games. So, they lack shooting in Detroit, even with Burks back. So that's what he's there for. And last but not least, Clarkson. Same with Franz. Great matchup. So that's what I got.
Okay. Hey, definitely check Dream page out, man. I know he got some more fire over there. So definitely check Dream out if you haven't already. Appreciate you for sharing the looks, Dream. Let's keep going. Stephen, let's go you next, and then we'll go to Finesse and get to Ben as well. What's up, Stephen? Talk to me.
I just want to say thank you to everybody. I put myself in that little Beef Stew, Miles Turner, Bob Covington lineup for the night. I didn't have much for tonight, but I'm definitely going to put that in.
Okay.
Yeah, you already know me. I'm Knicks heavy, but there's no Knicks tonight, so I'm just kind of chilling. But the one trend I've been kind of like seeing that's played out in real time, shout out to Dream. He put me on to this because he's been pointing out turnovers a lot, is the fact that the Orlando Magic are forcing turnovers at a pretty incredible rate this season. So I try to find a way to kind of sum it up with like who to target. And what I kind of came up with is basically the player who has a 24% usage and who plays 30+ minutes tends to be the guy. So when I looked at the numbers, the Nets have no Ben Simmons, no Cam Thomas tonight. So I'm looking at Mikal Bridges, 2.5 turnovers at -110, -120 on points bet and flip. And basically, like, he's taken 15+ shots and 9 of the last 10 without Cam Thomas. And the Magic this year have forced the second most turnovers. When they face a player who has like 30+ minutes, 15+ shots, 24+ usage, it's 13 and 15 to 3+ turnovers. So my only play for tonight. I just thought it was interesting. It's like a lot of trends, so I'm just going to give that a ride. And you also were mentioning how the game could be up and down. So I'm hoping, like with Spencer Dinwiddie out there, just like play reckless with the ball, and we get some turnovers.
I couldn't talk you off. Like it, Stephen. Appreciate you sharing the look, bro. Appreciate you sharing the look. Let's go.
And real quick, I'm praying those Mitchell Robinson rebounds are discounted tomorrow because he didn't get any on KP. Like, if it's 8.5 again, like, the ladder automatically coming out against the Hawks.
Oh, yeah, against the Hawks, yeah, absolutely, because they don't got nobody that can take them away from the rim. Yeah, no, absolutely. It'll be a perfect buy low spot if the books didn't adjust to that. We'll see how that goes. Appreciate you, Stephen. Absolutely, bro. Always.
Yes,
all right. Let's go Ben, then go Finesse. Ben, talk to me, man. What's going on? How you doing? I'm good, man. Talk to me. What you liking for today?
That's the exact same spot as last time. I think the Knicks played the Hawks directly after they played Boston. It's literally the exact same spot. What I'm on tonight, we'll start with Franz over the 1.5 threes, minus 125, minus 130 everywhere else. I don't care about the juice. The Spurs, the Nets are giving up the fifth most threes above player average to the small forward position at 0.4 threes over a player's average per game. I love this with the players that the Magic have also. Franz has shown us the ability to get this in a couple different ways, right? Like he's catched this in the first half, and he's shown that even if he hits none in the first half, as long as he gets one in the second, he's going to take 2 or 3 more after he hits his first. So just because, like in the event that this does get to a spot where we have a line for over 0.5 going to the second half, I'll just read that again because I think they'll get, the 2 regardless. Similar to how Queer started really slow last night, hit 6 to catch the whole ladder. So I'm loving some Franz tonight. In addition to that, they collapsed the blocks. There's just some crazy trend last year of, teams at home with his block numbers, and the Magic give up. Sorry, pull my stats up. 0.45 blocks over opponent's average to the center position on the year. That would be the 5th most in that category. And Claxton has cleared his 2.5 with ease in the 2 games that he's played at home this year. I think 2.5 I got for plus 115 earlier today. I can't find 4 anywhere, but if I could get 4 plus, I'll take that for sure. And then a lot in the Sixers game. If Embiid plays, we're rocking with the over 4.5 assists. He is crushing this line when Oubre is not starting. Kelly Oubre gets better. But we'll take advantage of him out of the starting lineup. In the 4 games that Oubre did not start this year, he actually cleared 6 plus in every game. And his potential assists are like 1.5 or 1.8. Start versus what Oubre does, because when Oubre gets the ball, he can shoot. The ball's never getting back to Joel in any possession. I grabbed Halliburton's 10.5 assists last night. If anyone wanted to take 11.5, talk you off. He's averaging like 23 potential assists on the road this year. And he's converting about 63%, 64% of his potential assists into assists. I guess the team's converting them. I took Maxey points last night at 26.5. I said 29. If Embiid's rolled in, it'll probably just go right back down to 26.5, I would guess. Again, lined up for me on this one. When Oubre doesn't play, he catches this every game this year but one.
What was that number again? What was that number for him again?
Presently 29. But when he gets ruled in, it'll probably go back to 26.5. It was out last night. I think the books are just protecting themselves right now. But again, I don't know if the line really matters all that much. When Oubre starts alongside of him, he was under this in every game but one. When Oubre doesn't start alongside of him, he's been over this in every game but one and taken 20 plus attempts in every game but one. Where they blew out Portland, he finished on the 26 exactly. And then over in that game too. Indiana games have gone over 240 in 7 straight. One of them over this year. Major look ahead spot for Philly. I think they're just going to try to score. They're obviously super efficient offensively, and the Pacers play with a ton of pace. So if you're going to be pace from one side and efficiency with the other, we're probably going to see like a 250, 255 point game. So sorry for the long speech there, fellas. That's what I'm on.
What's the 2 officials? Ben, say it one more time for me.
I said so in the Sixers game, over 240.
Okay.
Embiid assists, Halliburton assists, Maxey points.
Okay.
And then in the broken game, Franz threes, Claxton blocks.
Franz threes and Claxton blocks. Okay. Hey, best of luck, man. I know you've been cashing, man. Appreciate you sharing the looks.
We got to keep rolling. We all started pretty good this year.
Absolutely. So just update. We got Herb Jones. He's in. So that's probably gonna bring that total down just a tad bit for people who are interested there. And it looks like that's the only updated injury information that we have. Appreciate you, Ben. I know what I wanted to mention before I kick it to Finesse, and then we're gonna get out of here. ESPN Bet. I literally been waiting all day. I can't wait. As soon as I get off here, if you guys have access to ESPN Bet, it is available. I think there's a 100% first deposit match. I literally just downloaded it while Ben was talking. So yeah, they got it kind of looks like Barstool. Yeah, of course it's Penn Sports. So it looks like Barstool a lot. I'm excited, man. I need another sports book. All right, cool. I just wanted to say that real quick. They don't sponsor me or nothing. Finesse, talk to me, man. What's going on, my brother? How you doing?
Yo, what's good? How you feeling, bro?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How about yourself?
I feel good, bro. It's been a hot minute since I've been here. I hate it. I've been trying to, pop in, listen to all these smart people, and surround myself with the info. But I gotta do better. Try to get my ass in here.
Nah, it's all good, bro. It's all good, man. Talk to me. What you liking today?
Yeah, I'm trying to keep it simple. I like the slate so much. I had a lot of shit written down, and that's usually not good when that happens for me. So I'm gonna just try to keep it simple. We're gonna start with Kate Cunningham, over 20.5 points and assists. This Hawks team, obviously they got some injuries, no Trey. But it's kind of weird, right? I was looking at stats this year and mainly last year, obviously without Trey. And you think, they take a traffic cone like Trey off of the court, you think the defense gets better, but they normally play a little bit faster, and therefore the defense is a little bit worse because they're trying to run up and down and stuff like that. So, I think it'll be a fast-paced game, should be a decent game script. I think the game stays relatively close. Detroit's very, very scrappy. Cade averaging almost 13 potential assists per game, averaging 20 shots per game. And I still think there's room for, positive regression. He's shooting under 30% from three, but he's taking more shots. He's taking more threes this year. His usage is crazy on his team, deservedly so. So Atlanta's susceptible to the mid-range as well. So I think Cade kind of eats in the mid-range. If he can give me 20 shots, I think he flies over this number. So I like that. Rudy Gobert double-double. I know a lot of people are on his rebounds over 11.5. I thought, at least personally, this was a little bit safer. I paid juice for it. I paid minus 130, but I think it's a fairly decent spot. 10 plus points, I think, in all but one game this year, and that's going to come from a variety of different ways. Obviously, they're not drawing up plays for him, but offensive rebounds, kind of bunnies at the rim, shit like that. So, really like Gobert double tonight. I think it's worth the juice personally. And then never thought this day would. But I'm going to bet DeAndre. I hate it. I hate even just saying it. A and over 14.5 points. I paid a little bit of juice for that too, minus 130. And I took his 20 plus at plus 260. I just think this is a really, really good matchup for him. I don't know if anybody's talked about that before. I've seen a lot of smart people on it, but obviously no Walker Kessler for the Jazz, leaving them super susceptible inside. I don't know if they're going to start Collins at the 5. I think that's what they're going to do, and then Markkanen at the 4. But yeah, I think it's a really good spot for him. He's been kind of up and down, but with all of the injuries, no Brogdon, who was taking up a good bit of their shot attempts. No Scoot, obviously, so that's a large percentage of their shot attempts that need to go around. So, I expect guys like Sharp to eat and guys like that, but Ayton, if he's at least somewhat efficient, I think he flies over this 15 plus number, which is why I took the 20 plus. I think is decent value. Kyle Lowry over 9.5 points. This one is a little bit weird. I think the usage is going to be there. Obviously injuries on both sides. Since the Hero injury, Lowry's dropped 17 points back to back. Charlotte's obviously dealing with a lot of injuries in the front with the guards and shit like that. So, Lowry's taking a lot of threes, he's playing a lot of minutes. So, if we get 33 plus minutes, 10 plus shots, which I'm expecting, again, I think he flies over this number. Charlotte's
not leading production to point guards, but, pretty middle of the pack, allowing a fair amount of points, fair amount of threes. So, again, if Kyle can get me, 8 to 10 shots, 3 to 5 3-point attempts, a couple free throws in there, I think he flies over this number. I also played his 15 plus points was plus 470, which I think is severely mispriced. So I also played that. I'm on Magic first half plus 2.5. I don't get this number at all. I really don't. The Magic, surprisingly, in the first half, second best net rating, only behind the Celtics. Second best offensive rating, and I think they were top 5 in defensive rating as well in the first half. I think it's a really, really good spot. I debated taking a money line in the first half. Obviously, you get plus money for that. I really like the spot. This next team, obviously, dealing with major injuries. Cam Thomas, walking bucket. He's going to be out, and Ben Simmons as well. So, I like Magic first half. And then I like the Timberwolves tonight. You mentioned, I only caught the back half of when you were talking about it, but you mentioned a look ahead spot, which I think is important. But I've talked about this before with the Timberwolves. Their defense is just on another level this year, and I think the defense is what's gonna pull them apart in this game, separate them in this game. Obviously, just beat Golden State, so it's a tough spot. Beat the same team back to back. But they're missing Curry. This game stinks. Curry got ruled out. The line remained around -2.5, -3, which kind of stinks. But I like them to win this game despite the look-ahead spot and despite the funky line. So I paired their money line with the Thunder money line to get some plus money. And, that's really it. So Cade over 28.5 points and assists. Rudy Gobert double-double. DeAndre Ayton 15-plus points and 20-plus points. Kyle Lowry 10-plus points and 15-plus points. Magic first half, and Minnesota money line pair with OKC money line. So as much as I wanted to keep it kind of tucked in today, fair amount of plays, but I like the slate. So I popped in late, but I like everything everybody was saying. And good luck on all your action, and that's it for me.
Hey, how many plays was that finesse all together?
Oh my God! Don't even make me fucking 1, 2,
like
3, 4, 5. It's gonna be like 6 of them shits.
6. It sounds like 6-0 to me, my guy. I love them, James. Love all of them. Let's go today, finesse. We turn it up, bro. I like all 6 of them, man. Let's do it. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you sharing the looks. A lot of stuff that I like as well. And I like the looks a lot, man. Appreciate you, finesse, for sharing. It's only one more person that's actually requested, so I'm gonna let them get up. We're already 30 minutes over the hour anyway, because I was talking so long. So Poochie, I'm gonna let you up, man. Talk to me. What you liking? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I got a question my homeboy wanted me to ask you. I don't know if you talked about it earlier when you was explaining the games, but he asked me, did I hear you say anything about Wemby blocks?
Yeah. I said I would take it. I think he gets up for, when I was talking about that game, I said he gets up for these like big primetime games. So I don't think he, like, and there's like a history, like a little history, of course, like a brief history between him and Chet as well. I don't really think they like each other because I think Chet's like a competitor. And I think Wemby not going to go out there and let him dog him either. So I think that, this is a good spot for Wemby. I think it's a good spot. I think it's blocks probably 1.5. I would be looking at the over, but not anything I feel confident about. Honestly, just because that game has so much blowout potential, I'm probably not even going to watch it. I'm not even going to watch the TNT game. But best of luck, if you want to take it.
And the line keep changing. Deontay George too.
Yeah, I saw that, bro. This is what I say about the line. I say this about the line all the time. I don't care what the line is. Like, I know sometimes it's fishy lines. I try not to really look into it. I cap the game like I cap all the games, and I just play whatever I like. Most of the time it work out in my favor. Sometimes it don't. I was on the Kings the other day at home. No, I was on OKC the other day without De'Aaron Fox in that game, and they lost, and that was a fishy line. So I lost that one, but I'm cool with it. You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna win some, you're gonna lose some, but I try not to not overanalyze the line. I know Keontae George, I gave him out at 6.5. It's down to 5.5, but it's juiced at 5.5. So, I just played Keontae on I played him on Caesars at 5.5. This morning when I gave the line out, that was on Bet365 at 6.5. I also played the 7 because you can play 7 on Bet365. So I need him to go all the way up the ladder. I got him at 5.5, 6.5. I played him at 7 for plus money, and then I played him at 8 and 10 as well. I just split all of it up. It's pretty small, but I like the matchup. Portland giving up like the 6th most assists. They on the road again. Utah back at the crib. Yeah, I think it's a high-scoring game, so I like him to have the ball in his hands a lot.
Shit, the other day he had like 7 in the first quarter.
Yeah, and that's a fact. Let's not jinx it. I ain't gonna talk too much about it, but you're right.
All right, bro. Appreciate y'all. Hope everybody good.
Absolutely, bro. I appreciate you coming up and requesting as well, man. Yeah. So somebody asked for the link. They say, yo, if you got a link, Chris, to the what's it called, ESPN Bet. Y'all looking for a link? I'm gonna make an account as soon as we get done with the show. So if you want to refer a link, honestly, don't even use my link. Just sign up. Like you're gonna get. I don't think I'm gonna get anything for you signing up, and you probably get better just using the promo that they got. I think you get like $1,000 match. So it's a good job, good way to kind of run it up quick if you got that in your bankroll. Where you can play that. Also, I think you get $200 just for signing up as well. So ESPN, for people who don't know, they're trying to get people in and convert some of the ESPN fantasy subscribers. They want to get as many people converted that already play daily fantasy sports on ESPN, as many as possible. And for people who don't know this as well, like the way the business goes, nobody is making money in sports betting right now when you talk about big companies outside of FanDuel and DraftKings. It's like 36% of bets and 33% of bets placed. That's 69%, which means that it's only 21% for 31% for all of the other sports books. And we know it's tons of sports books outside the United States. So FanDuel going to do everything that they can to try to, and it's like a $12 billion investment. So they're going to do everything they can to try to get as many users as possible. I'm definitely going to be smacking them up. And I think tonight a good night to start. I'm going to go in and check their lines as well. Probably going to be the same as Barstool because Barstool actually has some pretty solid lines as well. So I like Barstool. But best of luck to everybody there. Ben, I'm going to kick it back to you, and then I'll go over a recap for my plays for anybody who's still here, and then we'll get off. What's up, Ben?
I totally forgot to give this out. Clay's line at 21.5. I mean, how are we not
taking over?
Oh, yeah. He won a game at home last year without Steph. And it's a plus matchup for the shooting guard against Minnesota.
Yeah, but do you think he draws who's going to be guarding him? Because if they put Jaden McDaniels on him, he might not score 10.
Yeah, but the way that Golden State's going to play, I think, with all those screens that they're going to run and with them playing small, because that's what they're going to have to do is try to play small, right, to get some of that size off the floor. They had the same situation last year against Minnesota once without Steph, and he went for 31 with 6 threes.
Oh, okay.
Basically the exact same lineup against Minnesota.
Okay.
Yeah, but the line's only at 21. He counted 80. Sorry, let me get the exact number. Sorry, I'm trying to drive it real quick, but let's plug all this in real quick. Without Steph at home, hit 83% last year, 30.3. Last 10 at home without Steph at 8 out of 10, 31.1. 54, 30, 42, 15, 27, 42, 32, 23, 19, 27.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Ben. I was about to say Mike got a sneaky look there with Clay today. To actually go get somebody gonna have to score the ball, and it don't look like Wiggins want to contribute at all. So, okay.
It's like you said, the Warriors are great as dogs, especially dogs at home. The line's only 3. Game's probably closer than what it's not saying that they're going to cover automatically, but it's probably not going to be a 20-point game.
Yeah. No, you're right. Okay. Appreciate you sharing that look as well, Ben. Best of luck tonight, like I said on your card. Hatakari said, it's Barstool. My fault. If I said points bet, whatever I said, I'm sorry. It's definitely Barstool. And yeah, be careful with the match deposit. Sometimes they do require like a playthrough where you gotta, even if you win, you can't play. So definitely, make sure you're reading the terms. Always read the terms before you sign up for those in deposit. I haven't done so yet, but I will be doing that as well. And I want to say that's it. We still don't got the Embiid news. But yeah, I think everything else is pretty legit. One more time, just all my plays that I like for people who join late and still listening in. I am on DeJounte Murray over 32.5 points and assists in that game against the Detroit Pistons. Same game, I'm on a Sir Thompson over 10.5 rebounds. Orlando and Brooklyn, I played the under 219.5. Lou Dort over his 1.5 threes. Jokic over his 12.5 rebounds. James Harden under 5.5 assists. That number is actually plus 120 on FanDuel. I just think the books, like, they're going to have to put it down some. At least until you play against a really weak defense. And Denver is not a weak defense. Same game, I'm also on the Clippers team total under 110.5. Keontae George over 5.5 assists, 6.5 assists. Like I said, I played him at 8 and played him at 10 as well. Just small plays at 8 and 10, but I played him there as well. And then the Timberwolves played him on the money line at minus 135. We got games tomorrow, so we'll be back tomorrow. Appreciate everybody for tapping in. Do me a favor, hit the like button for me on your way out. Best of luck to everybody on the card tonight. Smack the books up and then rinse and repeat, and do it all over again tomorrow, man. I appreciate everybody for tapping in. Best of luck tonight. I'm out.